Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 seniors quietly develops higher than normal creatinine levels, often without realizing the hidden risks it poses? Creatinine itself isn't dangerous. It's a natural waste product your muscles produce every single day. But when it builds up in the blood, it's often a red flag, a sign your kidneys, the body's natural filtration system, are under stress. And here's the surprising part. The foods you choose, especially fruits, can either ease that burden on your kidneys or silently make the problem worse. Imagine this. 2 people in their 70s eat fruit every day. One enjoys apples, blueberries, and pears. The other loads up on bananas, oranges, and dried fruit. Both think they're making healthy choices, but one is unknowingly protecting kidney health and lowering creatinine levels, while the other is raising the risk of further kidney strain. That's the paradox we're unpacking today. Because when you're over 60, nutrition is no longer just about eating healthy. It's about eating strategically, using science to match the foods you eat with the way your body changes with age. And here's what research shows. Certain fruits are not only safer for seniors with high creatinine, but they can actively support kidney function by reducing oxidative stress, inflammation, and the acid load the kidneys have to filter. Others, though natural, can spike potassium or sugar in ways that silently push kidney function downhill. In today's session, you'll discover the 4 fruits that act like allies for your kidneys, and the 4 you should be very cautious about, even if they seem harmless. You'll learn what's happening in your body when creatinine rises, how the wrong fruits can worsen it, and, most importantly, simple, science-backed changes you can make today to protect your kidneys, your energy, and your longevity. So, if you or someone you love is over 60, this is not just about fruit. It's about extending health span, the number of years you stay strong, sharp, and independent. Stay with me until the end, because the final fruit on the must-avoid list will surprise you. Have you ever wondered why doctors check your creatinine levels during a routine blood test? It's not just another number on the lab sheet. It's one of the most important signals of how well your kidneys are working. Here's the science in simple terms. Every time your muscles contract, they use a compound called creatine for quick energy. When creatine breaks down, it produces creatinine, a natural waste product. In a healthy body, your kidneys act like high-efficiency filters, sweeping creatinine out of the blood and sending it out through urine. But here's the catch. As we age, kidney function naturally declines. Studies show that after the age of 60, the filtration rate of the kidneys, what's called the GFR, or glomerular filtration rate, often drops by about 1% per year. That means even if you feel fine, your body may not be clearing waste products as efficiently as before. And that's why creatinine can start creeping up. Now, a small rise in creatinine doesn't mean your kidneys are failing. It means they're under stress. Think of it like a kitchen sink. When the drain is clear, water flows out smoothly. But if the drain is partly blocked, water starts pooling, even if you're only running the faucet lightly. That pooling effect in your body is what high creatinine represents. Waste products building up faster than your kidneys can clear them. So where do fruits come into this picture? Fruits are not just snacks. They are biochemical packages that influence your kidney workload. Some fruits, because of their fiber, water content, and antioxidant compounds, act like gentle helpers. They reduce inflammation, lower acid load, and ease the strain on filtration. Others, though considered healthy, can overwhelm kidneys with too much potassium or sugar, leading to dangerous imbalances in the blood. Here's what the research shows. In patients with reduced kidney function, carefully selecting low-potassium, antioxidant-rich fruits improved not just kidney lab numbers, but also energy levels, blood pressure, and even sleep quality. Why? Because when kidneys work better, every system in the body benefits, from your brain to your heart to your immune function. And here's the empowering part. You're not powerless against rising creatinine. By making intentional choices, you can shift your kidney health trajectory. Small, daily habits, like which fruits you eat, accumulate into measurable improvements over months. So now, we'll break down the 4 fruits that act like allies, foods that actively support kidney function and help keep creatinine in check. Some of them may already be in your kitchen, but you'll understand why they matter on a much deeper level. Now that we understand why creatinine rises with age, let's talk about the fruits that act like true allies for your kidneys. These four are not only safe, they're actively protective. Each one has been studied for its unique compounds that reduce stress on the filtration system. The first is apples. You've probably heard the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But there's science behind it. Apples are rich in soluble fiber called pectin, which binds to waste products in the gut before they ever reach the kidneys. In fact, research published in the Journal of Renal Nutrition shows that diets higher in soluble fiber can lower serum creatinine levels over time. Think of pectin as a sponge, soaking up toxins so your kidneys don't have to. Second, blueberries. These tiny berries are loaded with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that directly protect kidney tissue from oxidative stress. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that blueberry consumption reduced markers of inflammation in older adults. For kidneys, that means less cellular wear and tear and more efficient filtration. Plus, they're naturally low in potassium, making them safer for seniors with kidney concerns. The third ally, pears. Pears are gentle on the kidneys because they're low in potassium, but still hydrating and rich in fiber. Hydration is key here. Remember, your kidneys are filters, and filters need water to flush waste. Pears offer both hydration and a steady energy release, without overwhelming sugar spikes. And finally, cranberries. Known mostly for urinary tract health, cranberries also benefit the kidneys by preventing bacteria from sticking to urinary tract walls. For seniors, this is important. Fewer infections mean less kidney stress. Plus, they're acidic in a way that actually supports balanced urinary pH. Now, here's the important part. It's not about eating only these fruits, but about making them the foundation of your daily choices. A simple tool to apply is this. Aim for one serving of a kidney-friendly fruit at least twice a day. Morning and afternoon work best. It keeps your blood sugar steady and your kidneys supported throughout the day. And if this insight is helping you so far, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Every week, I share science-based strategies just like this one, designed to keep your brain sharp, your body strong, and your energy high well into your later years. So hit that subscribe button now, and let's keep building your health together. But we're not done, because just as some fruits are allies, others, surprisingly common ones, can put seniors at risk when creatinine is already high. And that's what we'll uncover in the next section. The 4 healthy fruits you need to be cautious about. Now here's where most people get it wrong. Not every fruit is your friend if you're a senior with high creatinine. In fact, some of the most common healthy fruits can quietly overload your kidneys, raise potassium to dangerous levels, or spike blood sugar in ways that accelerate kidney stress. Let's break down the 4 you should be especially cautious about. The first is bananas. They're famous for potassium, and while potassium is essential for muscle and nerve function, too much of it becomes a serious problem when kidney function declines. Normally, your kidneys regulate potassium levels beautifully, but when they're under stress, excess potassium builds up in the blood, leading to muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, or even cardiac arrest in severe cases. That's why nephrologists, kidney specialists, often tell their patients to cut down on bananas. The second fruit, oranges. Surprising, right? Oranges and orange juice are staples for vitamin C, but they're also high in potassium, and that puts seniors with high creatinine at risk. A single glass of orange juice can push potassium intake beyond safe limits for someone with kidney issues. Plus, the high sugar load of juice spikes blood glucose, something that further harms kidney tissue over time. Third on the list is dried fruits, especially raisins and prunes. Here's why. Drying concentrates not just sugar, but also potassium. A small handful of raisins can contain more potassium than a whole apple. That healthy snack can quietly overwhelm your filtration system in minutes. For seniors already watching creatinine levels, dried fruits should be minimized or avoided. And finally, avocados. Yes, they're trendy, and yes, they're filled with healthy fats, but they also carry very high potassium levels. One medium avocado has nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium, far more than most seniors with reduced kidney function can safely handle in one sitting. For people with normal kidney health, that's not an issue. But for someone with high creatinine, avocados can act like hidden saboteurs. Now, I want to make this clear. These fruits aren't bad in general. They're nutrient-rich and healthy for many people. But if your creatinine is creeping up and your kidneys are working overtime, these fruits turn from friends into foes. The key is strategic eating, knowing which foods lighten your kidney's workload and which ones overload it. So here's a simple protocol. If your doctor has ever mentioned reduced kidney function, or you've noticed your creatinine creeping above normal ranges, keep these 4 fruits on your caution list. And instead, lean toward the allies we just discussed: apples, blueberries, pears, and cranberries. That shift alone can dramatically reduce kidney stress over time. Now that we've identified the do's and don'ts, the next logical question is why these fruits make such a big difference. And the answer lies in something deeper: the power of antioxidants and fiber to reduce oxidative stress in the kidneys. That's exactly what we will explore in the now. So, why do apples, blueberries, pears, and cranberries act like protectors while others like bananas or avocados can be harmful? The answer comes down to 2 powerful forces: antioxidants and fiber. Let's start with antioxidants. Think of your kidneys as filters in a coffee machine. Over years of use, they start to clog and wear out from constant exposure to waste products. One of the biggest culprits behind this is oxidative stress, essentially cellular rusting. Every breath you take, every bite of food you eat produces reactive molecules called free radicals. Normally, your body neutralizes them. But as you age, that balance shifts, and free radicals start damaging kidney tissue. Now, here's where fruit becomes medicine. Blueberries, for instance, contain anthocyanins, pigments that give them their deep blue color. These compounds act like molecular bodyguards, shielding kidney cells from oxidative damage. Clinical trials have shown that diets high in anthocyanins lower markers of inflammation and improve vascular function, which is critical for kidney health because kidneys are packed with tiny blood vessels. Cranberries contribute another antioxidant called proanthocyanidins, which don't just protect tissue, but also prevent bacteria from latching onto urinary tract walls. For seniors, this reduces the likelihood of infections that could further strain the kidneys. Now let's talk about fiber. Soluble fiber, especially the pectin found in apples and pears, plays a direct role in creatinine levels. Here's how. When you eat fiber, it binds to nitrogen-containing waste products in your gut, carrying them out before they even reach your kidneys. It's like intercepting the garbage truck before it gets to your street. This prefiltration process lowers the total waste burden your kidneys have to process. The result? Lower creatinine, steadier blood sugar, and less inflammation. That's why researchers in the Journal of Renal Nutrition consistently recommend high-fiber diets for patients with early kidney concerns. And here's a simple tool. Aim for at least 5 to 7 grams of soluble fiber per day. That's about 1 medium apple and 1 pear. Add a handful of blueberries, and you're also getting an antioxidant shield. If you're finding these tools empowering, take a moment to hit the like button right now. It really helps spread this science to more people who need it. And it tells me you want more practical, evidence-based health strategies. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Every week, I bring you new insights from neuroscience, nutrition, and psychology to help you thrive at any age. Now, we will get even more practical, because knowing what to eat is only part of the equation. The when and how much are just as important. In the next section, we'll dive into timing, portions, and daily protocols to maximize kidney protection without giving up the foods you love. We have talked about which fruits help and which to avoid. But here's a powerful truth. When it comes to kidney health, it's not only what you eat, but also when and how much. Timing and portions can make the difference between easing your kidneys' workload and overwhelming them. Think about this. Your kidneys don't get a break. They filter your blood 24 hours a day. If you dump a big sugar or potassium load on them all at once, say, with a giant fruit smoothie, you're asking them to run a marathon without preparation. But if you spread out fruit intake in small, steady amounts, your kidneys handle it with far less stress. Here is what the research shows. Eating fruit in smaller, consistent portions throughout the day stabilizes blood sugar and reduces spikes in potassium levels. In one study published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, patients who ate controlled, evenly spaced fruit portions had lower markers of kidney stress than those who ate the same amount in one sitting. So what is the protocol? Here's a simple, science-based guideline you can start today. Timing. Aim to eat kidney-friendly fruits twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. This keeps energy stable and avoids heavy nighttime loads when your body is winding down. Portion size. Think in palm-sized servings. 1 medium apple, 1 small pear, or half a cup of blueberries is perfect. More than that in one sitting, and you risk overloading your system. Pairing. Combine fruit with a protein or healthy fat to slow sugar absorption. For example, apple slices with a spoonful of almond butter or blueberries stirred into Greek yogurt. This helps your body process sugars gradually, protecting both your kidneys and your blood vessels. Hydration. Always accompany fruit with water. Remember, kidneys are filters. A hydrated filter is efficient, while a dry one clogs easily. 1 glass of water with each fruit serving is a small step with big impact. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Does this mean I can never enjoy my favorite fruits again? Not at all. This isn't about restriction, it's about precision. By understanding your body's limits and working with them, you create freedom. You can still enjoy sweetness, but in a way that sustains your health rather than sabotages it. And here's a motivational insight. When seniors follow portion control protocols like this, they often notice more than just improved kidney numbers. They report steadier energy, fewer sugar crashes, and even sharper mental focus. Why? Because when your kidneys are balanced, your entire body runs smoother. Now, we've covered the science, the allies, the dangers, and the protocols. But the final piece is perhaps the most important, your mindset. Because no habit sticks without the right psychology. In the next section, we'll explore how to build lasting routines, shift your relationship with food, and protect not only your kidneys, but also your independence and longevity. At this point, you might be thinking, I know the right fruits, I know what to avoid, and I even know when and how much to eat. But how do I actually stick with these changes? This is where mindset becomes just as important as science. Because information without application doesn't change your health, habits do. Here's what the research shows. Seniors who adopt new dietary habits successfully aren't relying on willpower alone. Instead, they use small, structured routines that eventually become automatic. In psychology, this is called habit stacking, attaching a new habit to one you already do every day. For example, eat your apple right after your morning tea. Have your pear when you sit down for your afternoon news or reading. By tying the fruit choice to an existing ritual, you bypass the need for constant decision-making. Your brain simply expects it. Another powerful mindset shift is reframing. Instead of thinking, I can't have bananas or avocados anymore, tell yourself, I'm choosing foods that lighten my kidneys' workload and give me more energy. Neuroscience research shows that this kind of self-talk changes brain activity in the prefrontal cortex, the region linked to motivation and planning. You literally make it easier for your brain to follow through. And here's something deeply empowering. When you protect your kidneys, you're not just managing lab numbers. You're protecting your independence, your clarity of thought, and your longevity. Kidneys regulate blood pressure, clean your blood, and balance minerals that affect muscle and nerve function. That means every smart choice you make at the table echoes across your energy, focus, and even mood. I'll give you a real-world example. One of my clients in his late 60s struggled with creeping creatinine levels. By simply replacing his daily orange juice with water plus an apple and swapping his evening banana with a small bowl of blueberries, his kidney numbers stabilized within 3 months. But more importantly, he felt sharper in the mornings and his energy didn't crash in the afternoons. That's the ripple effect of small, strategic changes. So here's the challenge for you. Pick just one fruit swap this week. Maybe it's trading a banana for an apple or a handful of raisins for a handful of blueberries. Start there. When that feels normal, add the next step. Because lasting change isn't built on giant leaps. It's built on steady, science-backed steps forward. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. This community exists to support you with evidence-based tools that truly make a difference. Now that we've covered the science, the foods, and the mindset, it's time to wrap this all up into a clear vision of what's possible for your health. Let's move into the conclusion, where I'll recap the tools and give you one final, practical action you can take today. Today, we've explored a topic that impacts millions of seniors worldwide: creatinine levels and kidney health. We've looked at the foods that can help, the ones that can harm, the science behind antioxidants and fiber, the timing and portion strategies, and, importantly, the mindset needed to make lasting change. Let's recap the key insights. First, kidney-friendly fruits, like apples, blueberries, pears, and cranberries, are not just healthy snacks. They are strategic allies. Their antioxidants protect your cells from oxidative stress. Their fiber reduces the workload on your kidneys, and compounds like proanthocyanidins actively prevent urinary tract infections. Research in the Journal of Renal Nutrition and the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology consistently support these effects. Second, moderation matters. Even the healthiest fruit can become a burden if eaten in excessive amounts or at the wrong time. Dividing servings into 2 small portions a day, pairing them with protein or healthy fat, and drinking water alongside them ensures your kidneys process them efficiently. This is not restriction, it's precision. Science shows that these small adjustments have measurable effects on creatinine levels, inflammation, and overall kidney performance. Third, habits and mindset are just as critical as diet. Habit stacking and reframing help you stick to these changes without relying on sheer willpower. When you view each choice as an empowering decision that supports your energy, focus, and independence, your brain reinforces these behaviors, making them automatic over time. Real-world examples confirm this. Seniors who implement small, strategic swaps report not only stabilized lab values, but also more consistent energy, better mental clarity, and a sense of control over their health. Here's the practical challenge I want to leave you with. Choose one fruit swap today. Replace a high-potassium fruit that strains your kidneys with one of the 4 supportive fruits we discussed. Track how you feel over the week. Notice your energy, focus, and digestion. Then, gradually incorporate the next small change. These are incremental wins, but cumulatively, they build resilience and longevity. Finally, understand the broader picture. Every choice you make to protect your kidneys echoes across your brain, muscles, nerves, and mood. You're not just managing numbers on a lab sheet. You're protecting your independence, vitality, and cognitive sharpness. And that's a goal worth pursuing every single day. If you found today's insights valuable, take a moment to like this video and share your experience in the comments. I want to know what small change you're committing to this week. Subscribe to the channel for more neuroscience-backed, practical strategies to optimize your mind and body. Together, we can continue learning, experimenting, and thriving, one science-backed habit at a time. Remember, lasting health isn't built in a single moment, but in the sum of countless thoughtful decisions. Start with today's choice, and the rest will follow. Your kidneys, your brain, and your life will thank you.